What'd you say?
I'm a last-minute procrastinator.
Last minute, yeah. That's not a bad thing when it comes to Halloween. A lot of money spent on Halloween. It really is one of the best holidays. Looking forward to it, though it doesn't feel like it's around the corner. I know we still have a couple weeks. Fall starts on Monday. It's going to be hot over the next week. Temperatures right now are in the upper 80s. Some of us already at 90 in Bogalusa. Lots of sunshine. 86 in La Place, 88 in New Orleans. We'll see temperatures soaring into the low to mid 90s this afternoon. We've been in the mid 90s every day for the last several days, and that's going to continue through the weekend and even into next week. Plenty of sun, basically no rain in the forecast too. Clear skies for the evening coming up. Temperatures will fall to the 70s by later tonight. And since we have some drier air still around along the Gulf Coast, that means our nights and our mornings are feeling a bit more pleasant. So tomorrow morning we'll start our day with temperatures in the 60s north of the lake, 70s on the South Shore, maybe some upper 60s down the bayou and outside of the metro. Tomorrow, really much of the same. The forecast is basically unchanged going into the weekend. Plenty of sun tomorrow, hot but not that muggy. 94 degrees tomorrow afternoon as well, with a mix of sunshine and clouds and northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Today, tomorrow, copy paste forecast. And you know what? The weekend basically the same. Hot all weekend long, but not that humid with lots of sun. Temperatures will be in the low 90s both days on Saturday and Sunday, with our nights and mornings feeling pleasant with the drier air. The only thing is Sunday and going into next week, we do have some subtle changes on the horizon. And by Sunday, we may have maybe a stray shower try to work in later this weekend. And going into next week, our rain chances will actually increase a bit because we'll start to see this troughing pattern set up over the midsection of the U.S. going into next week. It's not going to be impacting us fully, but as that upper trough starts to set up at the upper levels of the atmosphere next week and some moisture pulls into the Gulf, we should see our rain chances increase going into next week, especially Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I have a 20 to 30% chance of rain by then. So we'll see some more scattered storms going into the next work week coming up as we kick off the fall season. Now today, tomorrow, and Saturday and Sunday, it is going to be hot, but luckily not that humid. Our dew points will be staying mostly in the 60s, meaning it's pretty comfortable, though still very warm out there. However, next week we'll start to see moisture increase slightly, and that will help bump up those rain chances with some unsettledness in the atmosphere. The only thing that's not really going to change is the heat. Temperatures are going to be trending above average over the next 7 days. 94 degrees today and tomorrow, 93 this weekend, and then lower 90s next week. So no cool downs. An average high for this point in the season is 88 degrees. So we are trending above average. Also, really no rain to talk about in the coming days. I know next week we'll start to see those rain chances increase slightly. It's not going to be a washout next week. So taking a look at the drought monitor, it has just been updated this morning. Thursday in the morning, it's updated every Thursday. We're still abnormally dry across the entire area, which is not a drought for us, but you know, it's getting close. It's one tier below a moderate drought, and actually parts of Tangipahoa Parish are now in a moderate drought. So things will have to be monitored when it comes to this if we continue to see these long periods of time with no rain. Out in the tropics, we're watching a couple spots. No tropical worries for us, nothing to worry about for us, nothing coming to the Gulf Coast. But Tropical Storm Gabrielle is out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, kind of struggling for its life. There's a lot of sheer and dry air out there, and it's expected to stay in the open Atlantic over the next week. There's another spot in the far distant Atlantic Ocean. A tropical wave is going to come off the west coast of Africa in the coming days, and this will be a long-term area to watch. Right now, there is a low chance of tropical development. Now a closer look at Tropical Storm Gabrielle. It does have sustained winds at 50 miles per hour. Well, what are we looking at here? It's a low-level circulation, not a lot of storms around it because of the sheer and dry air. Now, it could strengthen to a hurricane going into next week as it makes that turn to the north. Bermuda will have to watch it, but it looks like its entire life cycle, it will just not impact any land areas. So that's fantastic news. And like I mentioned, that other spot in the distant Atlantic, we'll be watching it in the coming days, but just kind of taking a quick look at the moisture in the next few days. There's really not a lot of organization with that one spot we're watching out in the Atlantic. So we'll keep an eye on that, but nothing really to concern ourselves with. We may see that additional moisture, though, work into the Gulf Coast next week, and that will just help increase our rain chances. So no tropical worries for us. Hopefully we'll get some rain, though, next week. We surely need it. It's going to be hot, though. Enjoy the heat if you don't mind it. It's going to be sticking with us for a while, even as we kick off the fall season beginning Monday.